And I apologize for that extended break, as we are finally back with our semi-finals. Because the break was a little bit longer than we thought, both semi-finals are ready. Bit of a surprising result. Raza, aka Razorblade, did take out Nice in the quarterfinals. So we have a TvT in the upper semis and a PvP in the lower semis. In the finals, it will be a TvP. Now you may be wondering, hey, was I not going to follow Zest into his next series? I was, but because everyone came out of game, we all had to kind of split up and figure out where we were going. Pig and Beomorph are covering Zest versus Estrella. Myself, Renegade X, and Steadfast are covering Cure and Razorblader. As casters, we didn't want to pile too much onto one series. We're trying to spread out as evenly as we can. So I kind of bit the bullet. As much as I would have loved a PvP, I'm like, you know what? Old mate Raza, he's been doing so well today. I may as well follow him. Even though TvT isn't my best matchup to cast, I kind of rely on Milk or Yaku to help me out there, but they are not here today with me, unfortunately. So yeah, we are just going to dive into this semi-finals here. Again, if you want to tune in to the PvP between Zest and Estrella, that will be covered by Pig and Beomorph. Two casters there. Meanwhile, I'm here alongside Steadfast, and here we go, diving into game number 1 of this best of 5 series. We have the Pakistani Terran. He is red, representing himself. I just confirmed he is currently teamless. I will have to confirm with him when that happens so we can update Liquipedia. Also, from what I've heard, he is going through a bit of a name change. Usually known as Razorblader, now as Old Mate Raza. It is, I just said his name. It's Raza, representing himself and getting proxied. And spawning in the top left-hand corner. Currently proxying his opponent. Feels bad, man. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Cure. Oh my god, he's just going for it, mate. Proxy Marauder in the natural of Raza. Thankfully, Raza is going for an SCV scout, so he will see, hey, your Rax is missing. Not just that, you have both gases. So this is a massive tell here. Is he going to check his own natural? I would hope so. He is preparing at home. There we go, bunker on the high ground. Decent position as well. It isn't too exposed here towards the edge of the ramp. Is immediately going to that factory as well, making some marines. So he is preparing at home. Is it fast enough is the real question, because the first Marauder is out, and it will reveal itself. Oh. As so far the Reaper is doing what it can, but again, this depot, it looks like it will go down. We could see a bit of a pull from SCVs, and we almost did, but Raza thought better of it. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna lose that depot anyway. So does pull them in the end, a little bit late, but he does pull them instead of repairing to buffer for the Reaper and the Marines. Again, you need these SCVs to deal more damage to these Marauders, and he almost gets one of the Marauders, but not quite, and the third Marauder comes out. Oh, concussive shells is done. Oh god. The Marauders survive for now, but finally the Hellion can clean things up. So 2 Marauders are going to go down, but at the cost of 7 SCVs? I don't know if that was worth it. Oh god. I'm really not sure about that trade. 2 Marauders are done. Nice timing there on the depots. And the Hellion does get across the map, but there is a full wall off, so the Hellion can't do much here. Honestly, it wouldn't be too bad defensively. Like, it would be able to clean up at least one of these Marauders, as these Marauders are dealing a lot of damage to the wall. Thankfully, there is a Cyclone on the way, but it's not done yet. It's going to take a while to really come out, and I really worry for this Deeper. Deeper's gone, mate. Hellion finally came back home. Ooh, nice lock on. And Raza holds. He holds for now. I'm just concerned because, oh god, no, the Cyclone, please! Oh, the Cyclone goes down. This is so disastrous. Like, Raz is just, he's just hurting so much here. He's down in workers. He does have the 1-1-1, but there's a Cyclone here as well. Like, the aggression is not stopping from Cure. And he's forced to lift up his racks even. Eventually, Raza will be able to clean all this up. What I'm concerned about is, like, can Raza do anything across the map? Because even if this Banshee comes out, we have Cyclones. We have a second Cyclone for Cure. He's going for his own Raven even. Never mind. He's going for his own Banshee as well. Like, I don't see Cure taking too much damage from this. And Raza has to come back. What's interesting about what's happening is that Raza doesn't have a natural. He opted not to make a CC. Instead, he's making another Rax. This will be scouted. Cure dips in with his own Rax. He sees, hey, there's no base, there's no orbital. I know you're committing to one base, so Cure should have a decent idea. Like, he needs to prepare at home to just like how aggressive Raza is planning to be. Finally, we do have a CC, but oh god, it's pretty late. Like, the CC is already done here for Cure. He's working on his third even. And that's just insane to think about. So I do imagine we're going to see a big push from Raza, just based off of how he's been playing today, to be honest. I guess he could try and slow things down. Oh my god, with 3 Cyclones, mate, Cure can easily focus down that tank. Oh no. Anything really. Raza has to be so careful here. Interestingly, he opted not to go across the map with his initial Banshee, which is a little bit odd to me. Ooh, as he does see all 3 Cyclones, it's so risky to move out with anything here in the air. What else is interesting is that Cure, I've seen a couple people do this, not Cure, but this is interesting. He's going Heli and Banshee. He has Hyperflight rotors on the way. We have more factories on the way as well, mate. He's going full mech, but not the typical mech that you're used to. My god. Oh, this is what I was worried about. The tanks, they move on forward. It looks like one of them will get picked off almost a second. God, so much damage being dealt by those Cyclones. Thankfully, all the Cyclones get cleaned up before Macfield Accelerators finishes. Bit of a mistiming there by Cure. If he only waited a little bit longer, potentially he could have done the same thing and picked off both tanks and then gotten out with, you know, more of his Cyclone surviving, maybe even taking a fight. Meanwhile, 2 Banshees do slip into the main base, 9 SCVs go down. Thankfully, we do have Raza with Vikings and a Raven of his own, so he is able to clean them up, but at the same time, the Cyclones come back in and snipe another tank. Oh my god, and one of the Banshees actually survives. I thought that Cure was going to lose everything here, but Raza, unfortunately, wasn't able to do so. No, the Raven, the Banshee! Oh my god, no! The Banshee gets sniped. I was so concerned that the lock-on was going to be on the Raven. Thankfully, for Raza, it wasn't on the Raven, but regardless, oh god, he's hurting so much. He has like half the supply of Cure. He's going to go for a Hail Mary play, I imagine. Go across the map, but Cure, what does he have to defend? He's got a tank, Cyclone, a Banshee, and plenty of SCVs. It doesn't seem like much, to be honest. We do see a scan. Raza sees. Ooh, and his army does get scattered. Okay, we should see a disable. Here comes the Cyclone. Does get a lock on the Raven. Can he get the Raven? And it looks like he will get the Raven. Ay, ay, ay. And here we go. The boys are being pulled. And there are just so many workers here. Thankfully, ooh, the tank does get taken out by the Liberator. That's pretty big, to be honest. All the SCVs are going down. Now is the moment for Raza to pull the trigger. There's one tank on the high ground. It will siege up. Ah, just barely. Imagine if he didn't get the siege off. Meanwhile, here comes the Banshee. Banshee's gonna one-shot the tank. Tank goes down. Where are the scans? There just aren't any. There was some nice damage done there by Raza, but that was meant to end the game, and he just didn't have enough. GG gets called, and Cure takes game number 1. Oh god, that was so close. Just a little bit more. Like, imagine if Raza didn't lose his Raven. There was plenty of energy there. He could have disabled the first tank, maybe even disabled the second, or he could have cleaned up the low ground a little bit faster and then gotten up into the main base, like, and then before the second tank of Cure would be able to siege up. Very close there by Raza, but in the end, Cure takes game 1. But it's okay. It's a best of 5. We still have plenty of games left. And here we go, getting ready to dive into game number 2. We have our map. It looks like it's going to be on Romanticide. As the players ask for a small break. Meanwhile, I apologize I didn't get to give you a shout out earlier. If you are still around, thank you so much, E.T. Pernholm, one of the best Zerg players in North America. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your stream. I hope you had a good time. And shout out to the people showing up in the chat. Upley, Vietnamese Zerg player. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying it. Same with Oscar. If I'm not wrong, Oscar is Roro, the Mexican Terran. I could be wrong about that one. I know Roro's name is Oscar, but I don't know if you're one and the same. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. As we're getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Romanticide LE. He's been having the run of his life. A couple of people have been talking about it. This man has already earned himself 100 USD. Can he go further? Can he make it all the way to the grand finals? That is the question. We'll find out. We have our Pakistani Terran. He's red. Representing himself, it is Raza. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the South Korean Terran. He's blue, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure. Going for mech in game 1. I say going for mech in game 1. It was a very wonky game because he started with a proxy, and you know what? He's doing it again. Ooh, the disrespect. Raz's hold of that proxy wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. He didn't die, but the amount of damage that was done was still enough to cause Raza to be far behind after that initial proxy. Ooh, and Cure is sneaking into the main base. Oh no. Not like this. He does get into the main. Raza does go for an SCV scout. He knows that it's another proxy, or at least he assumes it is. He's checking the edge of the map, the edge of the base, just in case it's a fake out. Oh no. We have a bunker. It's at the ramp. He's looking. He's not checking his main. No, papi, please. Oh god. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, here we go. Raza, he's across the map with his initial Reaper. Sure, that's great and all, but first Marauder's out. He does reveal himself. Raza now knows what's happening, and Oh god. Here we go. SCVs are being pulled. We do have 2 Marines so far, and I mean, honestly, these SCVs are doing a decent job against these Marauders. They are pinned up against the wall. The first Marauder is going to go down, but not before both Marines get picked off. Oh my god. The A move, please! SCVs! They're not doing anything! At the moment, Raza, he's preoccupied. He's killing SCVs across the map with his own Reaper, but he's losing a bunch of SCVs needlessly. And now there are 2 Marauders. Ay, ay, ay. And this is looking like game, because there's 1 Marine coming out. 1 Marine isn't going to do much. We have a Cyclone on the way. That's great and all, but by the time the Cyclone comes out, there are going to be 3 Marauders. Oh god. He tries to focus fire. There's only 1 Marauder remaining. Thankfully, the Cyclone was enough. And it's going to be able to clean all this up, but we're in a similar situation to game 1. And what I mean by that is that in game 1, Raza held, but he took so much damage. Jesus Christ. And likewise, oh my god, even a Hellion gets in. How did this happen? Raza, the wall was not a wall. The depot was down. And this isn't the biggest of deals, but again, it's just more and more that isn't going his way as he is down 10 workers. This Marauder even continuing to get value. Another Marine gets picked off. And behind this, Cure just expands. He's perfectly fine at home. He still has that rack, so he goes for the 1-1-1. This time doesn't go for a second factory. Instead, he is going for another Rax. Now, is this because he assumes he's going to lose this Rax? Most likely. We'll see if Cure goes for Mech once again. Oof. As Raza does clean this up. Meanwhile, thank you so much, NL, for the donation, for the $3. We really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel and the team, you can donate. So thank you so much. That money will go towards the tournaments that we run, and it goes to the players. For those wondering, we do have a pro team, and we of course pay our players, so any support is appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the stream. And Cure, he's set up, mate. We've got 2 Cyclones. We got a tank as well. Raz is trying to push up the ramp, but oh my god, immediately loses his own Cyclone. Oh god, this is just so hard to watch. Cure just shuts down the push from Raza. And he was banking so much on that push. I mean, let's look at the workers. We have 35 here to 23. Cure, he has his natural base. Raza had to do something about this, and he just couldn't. Again, because of how much damage he took early on. And, I mean, sure, he was able to scout this eventually, but that was when the Marauders were already out. It was so unfortunate that it got unscouted in the main base of Raza. He's finally getting his natural up and running, but it is so late compared to his opponents. At this point, there are a couple of options ahead of you. Either try and go for a 2-base all-in, or try and cripple your opponent. I say cripple your opponent, well, I mean, he kind of has to, and try and get back, deal enough damage to equalize and get back economically. So the pressure is on Raza right now to make something happen. He's going across the map with this double drop. There's a lot riding on this drop. We see a scan. The scan sees nothing, which is a tell. Where's your army? It's probably coming across the map. So Cure, he is set up at his natural. Raz is going straight into the main though, and there's nothing here. So you know what? He will get in and he will be able to siege up. And there we go. We just see the drop in the main base. Tanks are sieged. Boys are pulled to help try and distract these tanks as the main army comes back in. Honestly, this is probably the best move, the best that Raza could have hoped for. He will get cleaned up. But 13 SCVs went down. It doesn't equalize, but it was something. It was something that Raza needed. The problem is that cost him 2 tanks. every tank counts here in TvT. We have 2 tanks remaining for Raza. He's pushing out across the map. Best case scenario, Raza catches Cure's army in the middle of the map. Trying to push up this ramp though, I'm not feeling it. Raza, please. Cure, he's already sieged up. Raza doesn't see. Oh no. Oh god. GG gets called. And Cure takes game 2. GG. Meanwhile, exclamation mark Funada Oscar in the chat. Accusing Raza of being a hacker. They're probably, I mean, I guess there are people watching right now who don't know who Razorblader is, which is a little bit surprising to me, but I mean, to let you know, Razorblader is a pro player from the UK. He's also representing Pakistan, which is why he plays in DreamHack for the Oceanic region, Oceanic and rest of Asia. And he's a very good player. And if you want to see how he beat players like 4GG and MaxPax, check out the VODs on this channel. We actually followed Razorblader throughout his run today. And for a bit of a spoiler, if you don't want to watch the VOD, or if you want a bit of a taste of what happened, Razorblader was incredibly aggressive against both 4GG and MaxPax. He tried playing standard against 4GG and he suffered heavily. So he went for proxies, he went for all-ins. It was a bit of a clown fiesta against 4GG. We were in a base trade. Honestly, it was very close, and 4GG almost won. Likewise can be said for MaxPax. Razorblader went for all-ins, and he just barely beat MaxPax. It was so close. MaxPax was warping in DTs, and Razorblader just barely had enough energy for a scan each time, and he was losing SCVs across the map. It was very, very scrappy. And those are the best games. So honestly, Razorblader, I'm sure he's very happy that he's been able to make it this far in this tournament. Going up or getting into the semifinals is such a huge achievement for a player. Can he go further? It's difficult. He's finding right now against someone like Cure, but we'll see. We'll see. Regardless, I'm sure he's very happy with what he's already accomplished. We'll see if he can go further. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, he's down 0-2 in this best of 5. Potentially the final game featuring this player in this tournament. It is Razorblader. Going for the 3-racks. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, mind gaming his opponent, making it look like he's going for a proxy when it's in his main. And it makes a lot of sense, especially with how this series started. We have our South Korean Terran, our favorite. It is Cure. So a couple of things are happening right now. One, Cure didn't go for an SCV scout. He doesn't know what his opponent is doing. He's assuming that his opponent is playing safe because of how the series started. And he is playing relatively standard. He's laying his natural base a little bit here, prioritizing that factory instead, which again is pretty standard. And he's going to be going across the map with a Reaper. Now this Reaper, it's going to run in to 3 Reapers. As the second one finishes up, third is about to pop out. And as soon as that happens, Raza's just going to be zooming across the map, mate. And yo, Cure is actually scouting. He's afraid of a proxy. He doesn't know. He's in the dark. He doesn't know, people. Oh boy, and here come the Reapers of Raza. They're coming across the map, mate, and again, there's a lot of potential here for them to deal damage. There is going to be a Hellion, though, for Cure, so the focus fire has to be on point for Raza. Is it going to be enough? We'll see. I mean, he's gonna have 5 Reapers. That's a lot of Reapers. But he can't wait too long. We do have a Widowmine on the way as well. Thankfully, it's rallied toward the natural base. So Raza, he has a chance here. He has a very big chance. As he's just waiting for more Reapers. I like that he's being patient. I'm afraid that he's just waiting too long is my biggest concern. Here we go. More Reapers coming out, and now finally Raza is pulling the trigger. He's going to the main base. How much damage can he get done as he does finally reveal himself? Cure had no idea. He had no scouting. Nice focus fire. The Reapers of Cure are going down. He is able to keep his Hellion alive, but he pulls the boys. Ay, 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 and a lot of workers are going to fall. No mining here in the main base. There is a Cyclone on the way, but you know what? It's going to take a long time for that Cyclone to pop out. The Hellion gets focused down. And Raza may have just done it. This could be it for Cure. Medevac comes out, but what the hell is a Medevac going to do? There's only 1 Reaper left. The Reaper goes down. A Cyclone's about to pop out, and GG gets called. Raza takes a game off of Cure. He's doing it. Again, this is all on Cure. Cure never scouted. He never saw. Never saw what was happening. Didn't prepare. He's sure he had a Cyclone on the way, but oof, GG. As we are getting ready for the next game in our series. Raza fighting back. Can he do the impossible? It'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane. As we're just getting Cure in here. And here we go. We're just diving straight in. This is going to be on... what? What were the vetoes? What happened? We've seen Blackburn, and now we're getting Beckett Industries. What was vetoed? Okay, to be fair. No, I don't know. I was trying to think like Romanticide wasn't vetoed either, which is like the other end of the spectrum. So was Oxide vetoed? Oxide is a very standard and a very defensive map, so it would make sense for someone like Raza to veto that. Speaking of, this man right here, he's making his comeback happen. He's taken a game of one of the best Terrans in the world, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Beckett Industries LE. We have our Pakistani Terran. He is red, representing himself. It is Raza. Born a new mate. And spawning in the top right, we have our South Korean. He's blue, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. DPG, one of the favorites in this tournament, but dropping a map. We have Cure. My God. Now, are we going to see an SCV scout? Are we going to see a Reaper scout? That's another thing. I should have pointed that out. Cure didn't even Reaper scout Raza. Madman. Crazy. We are in Beckett Industries. It's not worth proxying on a map like this. So that's probably not what we're going to see here. We do have an SCV scout from Cure. Cure respecting his opponent. Raza, likewise, scouting for a proxy. Making sure that Cure isn't doing him dirty again. I guess I wouldn't put it past Cure, especially after game 1 and game 2. Like, Cure literally proxying in the main base of Raza. No respect, mate. As Cure doesn't get into the main base. Nice wall off from Raza. So far, nothing of note is being hidden, but you know, it's all about the unknown. That is what's terrifying here. As they both scout each other, they both see each other's Raxes, so they know that there is no proxy out on the map. And we'll see where things go from here. Meanwhile, I see you in the chat. Shout out to ARJ Skater. I always appreciate the support. It's great to see you, like, not just in our Twitch streams, but also in the ESL Australia streams, like for ANZ Champs. It's great to see you there. Always great. Thank you so much. Now, if only other people did the same. You know, if only someone by the name of Four Shores also stayed up and watched ANZ Champs. If only that was the case. Unfortunately, it's not. It's exclamation mark Funada for sure is in the chat. Shaking my head. Meanwhile, Kira does come in with both of his Reapers. What's he going to find? Ooh, he's going to delay the start port here. Oh, God. Could even get a second Reaper. A third? Oh, my God. 3 Reapers. And the delay. And a full scout. Nicely done by Cure. If he had delayed the natural base, that would have been insane. Unfortunately, Raza was at the natural, not in his main, so it took him a while to respond, and he didn't pull the SCVs away from the Reapers or towards the Reapers or anything like that, so I did lose a couple of workers there. Not the biggest of deals, but a nice small win there from Cure. Now Raza's across the map. Can he focus down this Cyclone is the big question, and he's trying to, but the micro's too good. Cure does pull away. Causes some lost mining time, picks off 1 SCV, but nowhere near as much damage as what Cure dealt to Raza. And I kind of like this from Raza. Again, a lot more standard here because of what happened last game. Cure is also being a little bit more passive and less aggressive. He is looking to, I imagine, drop across the map. Oh, there we go. But again, 4 minutes in is the first real sign of aggression from Cure. So Raza has been able to get some breathing room and even catches the drop in the middle of the map. Nicely done. Does force Cure all the way back home. It did cost Raza a little bit, but again, you know, keeps him back, and Raza can continue to breathe a little bit easier, you know, continue to pop out more SCVs and actually get into a more standard game. Is that what he wants against Cure? Probably not. I'd be surprised if Raza goes for a 3rd base, to be honest. I imagine he wants to like go for more of a 2-base timing, but we'll see, as we don't have any upgrades or anything like that on the way. Oh no, the Raven! Raven, please. We've seen you lose the Raven before. Chat's just catching up. Oh god. As Cure, he is the first to go for his 3rd CC, which is to be expected. This is very standard play from Cure. Again, I expect Raza to double down, right? Like, don't show me a CC. Don't do it, puppy. Oh my god. Okay. You want to take it to Cure, mate? Is that really what you want? Alright, let's go. Let's see what you got, Raza. While Cure setting another drop, looking to head into the natural base. We have a couple of Marines spread here. Oh, the Cyclones dip in, trying to get a tank. Thankfully, Raza was quick to respond and does protect his tank at the cost of the Hellion, but well worth it. Well worth it indeed. Unfortunately, he's moving out to secure his 3rd base. Oh, Cyclones, they want another tank! Oh, God. One of the Cyclones does get picked off, but the drop gets into the natural base. Unfortunately, Raza, he's not in position at all. Tanks dive on top of a tank once again. Oh, and the repairs are not good enough. The tank goes down. And this drop is dealing a lot of damage, but Cure, he's sending it across the map, mate. He's essentially all in at this point. But there are 3 tanks to defend. There are 2 Ravens for Raza. He could disable the army. Oh, the army just got revealed. Cure knows he has Vikings in position. And Raza pulls back? Okay, pulls back for now. He's just rotating around. He's looking for a better angle. I don't know if he's going to find it, though. Cure could try and expand, and maybe he's scanning, but he's missing the army. But the Marine will spot where the main army of Raza is. And I feel like he's on a timer right now, just because of how much damage he took. Like, he's down 20 workers. You can't macro out of this. Oh, army gets scanned. This is the problem with Beckett Industries. It's so small. Like, you can only avoid scans for so long. We do see Raza pull back, but again, it's just out of scan range. Like, he wants to go back in, but he's gonna get spotted. Cure, his scouting is just so good every time. He's trying to find a way in. He's trying, he's not succeeding. Oh my god, the Vikings, they want those Ravens. But like, trying to push into 5 pre-siege tanks, like, that's impossible without Ravens. Raza did expand, and he's trying to SCV up. He's making SCV. This is not good. This is not good. Raza just can't find a way in. Oh my god, the Ravens go in. Ravens immediately get picked off. And that's a massive oof. Just all the power, all the wind is just taken out of the sails of Raza. And now what does he do? Like, that's just like losing 2 Ravens for free? Losing them for free like that, like, that's... I don't know how you come back from it. Cure, he's getting further and further ahead, getting a much larger army. I think the only thing you can hope for is maybe fighting in the middle of the map, maybe catching Cure unsieged. But as we see, Raza just pulls all the way back home. He starts upgrades. Okay, we do see a scan. Cure knows, hey, I have map control now. Now it's my turn. Let me show you how it's done with my Mass Viking, with my air superiority. And with that, yeah, oof. We'll see. Raza dealing some chip damage, but here come the tanks of Cure. Cure with a 1-1 upgrade advantage on his Marines. Wow, oh, gosh. Couple of Vikings get picked off. Couple of tanks get picked off. And Raza knows he can't fight, so he just goes across the map. He just, oh, and he gets spotted. He gets spotted by Cure. Raza turns around, he's looking to try and take the fight, and you know what? He does take down 2 tanks, but the Vikings land. Cure easily cleans up this army. And things were looking from bad now to worse here for Raza. He fought well. He did so well making it this far in the tournament, but it looks like he hit a brick wall here. And to be fair, like, it's Cure. Literally one of the best Terrans in the entire world. So there's no shame here as Cure just goes in with his Marines, takes out everything here in the natural. GG, well played. Cure takes the upper semifinals, and Cure will be our first finalist of today's tournament. GG, well played. I hope Raza isn't feeling too bad. To be honest, it's at a pretty bad time in the UK at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went to bed. It is about to be 4 AM in the land of the UK. So shout out to Raza. I always want to give a shout out to the European players who make it to the semifinals just because they stay up so late to compete in ESL Open Cup Americas. So massive shout out to Raza for not just staying up this late and competing this late, but for performing as well as he did under pretty bad conditions, whether it's, you know, time and also ping as well, since this is all being played out on the Americas server. So massive shout out to Raza. He had an amazing run today. He took down 4GG, he took down MaxPax, he took down Nice. And again, those series that I just mentioned, if you want to tune into them, check out the VODs on this channel. Check out our Twitch VODs. They're going to be available on YouTube, but it's going to be much later on YouTube. So check out the VODs on Twitch if you want to watch them. They were honestly pretty entertaining games, and I was able to cast them with Milk and Cookies. Milk did co-cast with me for those series, and they were a lot of fun. Other than Razor versus Nice, that was a series that we did miss, unfortunately. But when it comes to the rest of the tournament, we did follow him, so give him plenty of love, plenty of support, as we are now getting ready for our next series.